God's presence. And that joy will be yours this morning in the name of Jesus. You are here today for one reason, to serve the Lord. And the Lord indeed you will serve. But as we proceed, we understand that the value of our faith is its ability to generate productivity that grows us individually and contributes to the growth of society. As it's known, in human history is replete with the various contributions of the gospel to the industrialization of different human civilization. The barbarian culture of Europe was civilized by Christian principles. As a matter of fact, it was the church that civilized Europe. The Vikings conquered Europe, killing and pillaging. From Denmark to England to everywhere. Older civilizations like the Asians, the Japanese, and the Chinese civilization had gone several thousand years ahead of everybody. But with the introduction of the gospel of Christianity and the pluralistic doctrines, through the various reformations of the church, industry, prosperity, the principles of hard work and industry that laid the foundation of the industrialization age was birthed in Europe. And the European civilization, the Western civilization, overtook Japan, overtook China, overtook the Asian civilization. And the several decades and hundreds of centuries of civilization was overtaken because Christ was introduced. Ladies and gentlemen, Nigeria is at a state today where we have a crisis of identity. That crisis of identity is impacting our social expression, and it's impacting our economic development. It's impacting our politics. As Christians, we stand in a peculiar place to contribute to the lifting of our country out of the doldrums. That is why this church is the global influence continental church. If you have no impact to make here, God would have taken you the day after you got born again. But the reason the Lord has left you here is so that your light can shine and that the world may see your goodness and glorify your Father that is in heaven. Ladies and gentlemen, as individuals, each of us is building a career, or you are building a business. It's either you are working for somebody or somebody is working for you, or you're working for yourself. Productivity is the bedrock of prosperity. Today, we see a lot of warped and convoluted teachings and doctrines that are permeated both religious and social circles that seems to suggest that prosperity can come suddenly by the laying on of hands, by the sowing of seed, or simply by some magic from some babalawo, by cutting other human parts and doing some rituals that you can suddenly become prosperous. But the genuine prosperity that is sustainable comes from industry. Therefore, brothers and sisters, if we, as influencers of this world, empowered by the power of the gospel, are going to suggest and demonstrate what true prosperity is like, we must get it right in understanding the foundations and the principles of industry, and how not just only to succeed, but to thrive in our careers and our businesses. That is why, ladies and gentlemen, the young people of this church have graciously set up this meeting to help us all ourselves refresh our minds on the matters of business and career and what the right perspective should be. So speaking to us this morning, as I've been told, there's going to be 2 sessions and a panel. So you'd have an opportunity to ask a few questions. So we have in the house this morning a distinguished gentleman that is full of experiences in the marketplace. You know, when the Spirit of God fills your heart and the experience of the marketplace also fill you, you have succeeded both outside and on the inside. Heaven can then share those experiences and bless his people. Ladies and gentlemen, and for those who are watching us online, this morning, he is going to be speaking on how to build sustainable businesses with kingdom values. He's a father and a husband. He's a businessman. He's a financial consultant. He's an experienced individual who who has helped many governments to structure multilateral financing. He's, well, let me not say too much, but he's a man of God. He's a child of God, most importantly, a distinguished ladies and gentlemen, a senior government relations advisor. Please join me as I bring up my brother and my friend, Mr. Boyega Ayimomi. Put those hands together, everybody.